Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the transit of Mars as it goes into Libra on October 22nd, and it will remain in the sign of Libra till December 5th. So during this time, things are going to change. Remember, I always say Mars is the trigger. Mars is the planet of action, and it causes events. So before I go forward, I want to remind everyone to go to my galacticcenter.org website and sign up for my free newsletter, where you will have all of my predictions delivered to your email address. And while you're there, remember to check out my new personal jewelry line that I created with my Galactic Center mandala. I designed this 30 years ago. It has deep, rich meaning astrologically, and my malas with also the Galactic Center and beautiful new earrings. These earrings actually have stones for all the 27 nakshatras and the planets. So with that, let's move forward. Talk about Mars in the sign of Libra, because during this time, October 22nd through December 5th, things are going to start to heat up, but not nearly as much as when Mars goes into Scorpio. But let me talk about the nakshatras it's going to be traveling through and what that means for all of us, what our experiences will be about during this period. So Mars, as it travels, first of all, into Libra, it's going to be in the nakshatra Chitra. Chitra is the nakshatra that is ruled by Mars. So Mars in Libra in Chitra is strong, very strong for self-expression, for action, for new orientation. Libra is the sign that tries to make peace. It is ruled by Venus. Mars in Venus's sign doesn't get to operate the way it really wants to, but the whole time it is in Chitra, which will be till November 1st, it's going to be stronger, and you're going to find more that you're more energetically empowered. Your mind will be strong. Mars is actually, you may not know this, is a sign of intelligence. So while it's in the sign of Libra, actually another aspect of Libra is politics. Libra actually symbol is the scale, which represents the judgment, represents fairness, judgment. So lots is going to be under contention with Mars being the planet actually of war in the peaceful judgment sign of Libra. It's going to be a lot going on around the world politically. Go imagine that, of course, during this time. Seems like everything wants to be political, but this is going to be a big fight with Mars here. Now, by November 1st, Mars is going to go into the nakshatra Swati. And Swati is a very powerful nakshatra. Even though it's in Libra, it is ruled by Rahu. And this is a nakshatra that deals with the way that people communicate. And it's strong, it's powerful. The fact that it's ruled by Rahu, you'll see how things really kind of heat up even more in terms of how people converse and relay information and how they're communicating. It's like people are really kind of in a spiritual war, if I could say, in the way that they're trying to get information across, and everyone has their own strong opinions. Now when Mars does go the 22nd of October into Libra, while it's in Chitra, remember it will be traveling with the Sun. The Sun will be within a few degrees as well in Libra in Chitra. So this does equate to some massive, powerful, angry disputes around the world. Things are building right now. I want you to understand, with Mars in Libra, things are building, and they're building towards the time of November 5th, when Mars does go into Scorpio. As Mars is in Scorpio till about the 2nd or 3rd week of January, things are really going to explode. We're going to get to that. But for right now, let's focus in on all of the contention around trying to pass laws, agreements, be fair, and really, things are going head on together. Now, by November 20th, Mars is going to go into the nakshatra Vishaka. And Vishaka means the undefeated one. This is where people get even more outrageous in their belief systems, because Vishaka is so adamant about having its way. Doesn't care who it steps on, but it's ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of justice. So you see, we go from one pan to the other, and I don't think anything will ever be finalized. And by the time Mars goes into Scorpio, which it will still be in Vishaka when it does go into Scorpio, December 5th, that's where really the contention breaks loose. The explosions will happen. And I might remind everyone, we're going into the eclipse season with Mars transiting through these powerful nakshatras and signs. So as Mars, this is very interesting because we're thinking, from Western tropical astrology, when we're talking about Libra, most people are thinking about the sign Scorpio. How can Libra equate to Scorpio? Because we do know that that portion of the zodiac has a heavy influence that is very scorpionic. I mean, the first part of Scorpio. It is Libra, though. I'll tell you why. Because it is relative to the nakshatras. These nakshatras give the signs a different meaning than the traditional meanings the signs have. So Chitra, which is so aggressive because it's ruled by Mars. So when Mars is in Chitra, it does get the flavor of this Martian quality, not Libra. That's why you see these differences. And I always say the signs, even though they fall back in Vedic astrology, they have the essence of the nakshatras. This is what really gives the meanings to the planets, because remember, the nakshatras are relative to the stars. The stars are what give them their meaning. So as it's in Chitra, then it goes into Swati, which is very intense. It's a very, very intense nakshatra. It's probably why people born mid-November are so intense. Their sun is there in Swati. But then moving towards the end of November, where we're moving towards the end of Libra and truly going into the sign of Scorpio, we get this bound and determined quality that breaks through. And that is Vishaka, the undefeated. That's what the saying is for Vishaka. So Mars in Libra is intense. And the whole time it's there, for the most part, it's with the sun. They keep straddling back and forth together. By the 20th, we have a lunar eclipse. And then by December 4th, we have a solar eclipse. So November 20th and December 4th, first the lunar, then the solar. And this is where everything becomes unraveled. And I think there could be somewhat of a civil war in many respects around the world. Things will come to a culmination point when Mars goes into Scorpio throughout December and the first part of January. This I will promise you. And it's time to stay low, work on ourselves spiritually. This is a building period. Be aware that you have a good period right now to work on your goals, your aspirations, what you're here for, and most of all, your spiritual growth. because when these planets become this strong, it can give us more power to change our lives, to be more efficient, to be more in power of ourselves. And this is a great opportunity. So with that, I'd like to close. Remember, if you would like more information on me, go to my website, galacticcenter.org, and don't forget to check out my beautiful jewelry. So with that, thank you, and I'll close here.